This is Natalie, a student. She's participating in my assignment task 2B for La Trobe University. Today we will be demonstrating the use of the iPad application Flashnote Derby. Natalie will be focusing on her bass clef notes to improve her note reading skills. Natalie is in the iPad and she will find Flashnote Derby. We will select bass clef notes from middle C to low C, which had been preset. So when you're ready, Natalie. Excellent. Remember, the middle line in bass clef is always a D. This application allows students to select notes based on a time limit. The blue bar in the middle gives them an indication of the time. For Natalie today, we've selected a slower time limit. So on the game, it is classified as a walk. The game has from a walk to a canter, being a horse race. This makes it fun for the children and more interactive. Students are given strategies to help with their note reading, such as the middle line in the bass clef is always a D. This helps students to find their notes quicker. If students do get incorrect notes, they are also able at the end of the game to find them and see which ones are correct and what they didn't get right. So Natalie is nearing towards the end of the game. And she got 25 out of 30 correct, giving her a score of 83%, which means she has won the game. She can now review her mistakes, and they will come up and show her which ones they were. Oh. And when she presses the arrow, it will go to the next note. Natalie is able to select other notes to practice, which include her treble clef notes. She can deselect the bass clef notes and then go to select treble clef notes, which she will now practice. Natalie is able to go into the settings tab and select how many questions she would like to practice. She is then able to select the speed. So the race speed includes a walk, a trot, a canter, or a gallop. Natalie for this game will choose a trot. The answer methods also include a piano keyboard. As Natalie is a voice student, she does not need to select the piano method. And we'll press start now, and the thumbs up gives the student the all go ahead. The blue bar with the time limit will run out quicker in this game as Natalie selects her notes. Teachers are also able to send their students in the classroom via email the settings for their drill. In a classroom situation, this is very useful. It saves time and students can log straight into the Flashnote Derby without needing to worry about what notes to select. Auralia is a computer program that is being utilised in schools already. It's not very well known, but it includes some great interval and scales practice, chord practice, rhythm practice, harmony and form, and pitch and melody for students. These are all components that students need to cover during their music education. This program is excellent as it allows students to practice outside of school time, and it also gives teachers a look into what students are doing in a central database. Today, Natalie is going to start with the interval and scales component, doing interval comparison. Natalie will select the easy level, and she will need to recognize which interval is larger or smaller. That's fine, and try again. This computer program is also very user-friendly, and students are able to see their results and try again. And we'll go to the next level. While students are working on these various musical components in class, they're able to go into the Lessons tab. These tabs will give students a full introduction on what is required. Of course, the teacher will cover this in class with students, but for those who have forgotten or need a reminder, these sections are excellent in helping the student, especially if they are at home doing homework. They're able to go and select any area that they may not understand and press on it, and they're given a full description of what is required. This program also gives students the opportunity to practice their singing. This is great for students to do at home when no one is around if they may feel embarrassed to sing in front of their classmates. Natalie will now select singing of intervals. La la. And let's try that again. La la. And students are able to try this exercise as many times as they wish. Students are also able to progress to the next level. The levels become increasingly difficult, and students must continue to progress through each. The teacher is able to look at the results that the student completes, and this can be done during class time or during home time. As well as the students being able to check their results, the teacher is also able to come and see this database and see what the student has completed and what they may need to work in more. This also helps a teacher assign certain tasks for students. In a classroom situation, one student may have been learning an instrument outside of school. In this case, they may be more advanced in areas such as chords, singing, and interval recognition. This will give a teacher a better understanding of what level the student needs to achieve. In a classroom situation, scales is something that students need to become familiar with. In this computer program, students are able to go over major, harmonic minor scales and the ascending and descending patterns. Natalie will now demonstrate a test or lesson that they need to do on this program. Natalie will now select which scale she just heard. This is very useful in reinforcing what a teacher may have taught to students in the classroom. The teacher will have gone over major and harmonic minor scales with a student so they understand what they are doing. Students can practice this at home or in the classroom. As well as practicing their scale recognition, students can also practice singing their scales. In a classroom situation, students are required to sing it during class time and put on performances. This is a great way for students to practice at home or in the classroom with their peers. You can assign 2 students to a computer and have them singing the scales together. This includes collaboration with students, which is great. Natalie will now select the easy scale selection of ascending major scales to sing. Chords are a large component of the music curriculum. In this section, Natalie will hear 2 different chords and need to identify whether they are the same or different. This is very useful for teachers, and it saves time for a teacher sitting down and practicing with 1 student at a time. Students are able to sit on their computers with headphones and complete these tasks and practice them without much supervision. Of course, the teacher is able to look on her database and check the results of each student, and if she sees a student may need more help, she can go and assist that student. Students are also able to do chord imitation in this section. Natalie will select the easy selection and she will imitate the chord as she hears it. La la la. In this chords tab, there are more than just the chord recognition and chord singing, as you can see. Each of these levels goes from easy to hard. This caters for the various needs of students and different year levels.